Hi guys, it's Ian Crawford here from the Dreemtime Academy and welcome to today's live colour therapy session. We're going to do some colour mirrors readings for you today and also some numerology readings and just generally have a good time together and enjoy having some fun. All right, so first and foremost, if you want to have a reading, just let me know. I've got some my board and my pens with me today so we can write out your dates of birth and we can have a look at those or any of your friends or family. I'm going to start actually by going through a few different things. I'm just going to grab my colour pack here. So I'm a bit disorganized this morning and I'm going to just do some quick card readings. Okay, so everybody who's here can get a card. Hiya Susan, hiya Renee, hiya Hayley, nice to see you. How's everything going this morning? Have you had a good day today so far? What's been going on? Okay, so I'm going to pick out some cards. All right, so this one's for you, Renee. Hiya, Ashley. Okay, so Renee, it's detox time. So you got the olive wood elemental. Now, this is an interesting one because olive in color therapy is really, well, the color green is a very good detox agent. So olive in particular is good for detoxing the liver meridian. So it might be time to just take a break from the old vino collapso and drink lots of fresh water. and actually that can help to release anger as well. So if you've been going through that. Hiya Bonnie Clapel and Tabitha Coids and Marshams and Christina's here and AP. Hello again. Jules Gray's here as well. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's lovely to see you all here. Remember to like the video and share with your friends as well so we can get some really cool readings done today. Oh, Hayley says, I'm off shopping and to lunch with a friend today. Excellent. That's really cool to hear. Brilliant. What are you going to go and buy for yourself, Hayley? Anything interesting? You get some clothes or what are you doing? Okay, so that one was for you. Did that make sense for you, Renee? This one's for you, Suzanne. So you got oneness. You got the platinum angel oneness. So this is time for you to just go into, aligning with your future self. And actually just be at peace with yourself, so just go and relax, take a few moments to yourself and see if you can connect up to unity consciousness. All right, so that's a cool one for you. We've got Tanvi's here as well. Hiya Tanvi. Okay, this one's for you, Hayley. Hayley, you got thank you. All right, and that's Violet service. So it's saying thank you for being of service. And you're being acknowledged, for all of the good work that you've been doing recently and all the help that you've been providing. You got, Renee, you've got the olive detox card. So you've got to detox your liver meridian, all right? Yeah, exactly. A few days off sounds so good. Well, we're coming up to the weekend, so it's all good, isn't it? And Ashley, you got the pink dragon. So it's inner child. More play, please. I think this has come up for you before, hasn't it, Ashley? You need to play a bit more. Okay. So green, yeah, it was green olive. It's very good for helping with any underlying anger issues. Finally caught you. Your first live, Tanvi. Yeah, you did. It's 6:35. So did you wake up early then this morning, Tanvi? Yeah. Sita's here from Germany. Hiya. Oh, hiya, Mark. Nice to see you as well. How are you going, Mark? Are you still in that Zen space from our last conversation? So too, just been so busy. Excellent. Well, it's great to be busy, isn't it? It's really great to be busy. Jules Gray, you've got the firewalk. Okay, so you've got the orange fire elemental. It's time for you there to do a firewalk. And sometimes, that can mean that you might have to, undergo some challenges or difficulties, but you've just got to have the faith to be able to get across the fire, and just take it one step at a time. Bonnie Clapel from Oregon. You got the magenta bridge. So it's time to unpanic. Unpanic. Okay, magenta is our bridge between our red survival and our violet spiritual. So, it's time to unpanic. Just let it go. Brilliant. So Mark says doing better. Way better than prior. Excellent. I'm really pleased, Mark. That's excellent news. And I hope your lovely sister's doing well too. AP, this is for you. Okay, so you got peaceful words. You got the blue communication card. Peaceful words. Remember, just be very cautious of what you say. Be very peaceful. Okay. Don't deliberately start any arguments. Just doing some quick cards for everybody just to warm you all up this morning. Christina, this one's for you. You got green space, setting boundaries. Okay. So you need to get a bit of space and make sure that people don't cross your boundaries or your lines. You tell them what you're prepared to accept. Tabitha Coids. Okay, get grounded. Tabitha Coids. Time to get grounded. Go barefoot in nature. All right, go and now connect up with Mother Earth. You might be in your head a bit too much at the moment. And Marshams, I'm glad you got your necklaces. Okay, they arrived safe and sound, and hopefully you're wearing them as well. You got expansion and visibility, Mar. So this is gold. It's all about expansion and visibility. So, you know, expanding, stepping into your authentic power and wisdom. And Tamvi, here's a card for you. You got Copper Gaia. There you go. Earth is home. So it's time for you to connect up to the earth and believe it is your home. That's what we're all here for. Brilliant. Was in an awesome space for about 3 hours after her session with you. That's excellent. I'm really, really pleased, Mark. That's excellent news. Okay, so I think I've done everybody. Sita Walker from Germany. Sita, you got the telepathic internet. So the indigo intuition. All right, so it's the telepathic internet. And it is telepathic, let's face it, isn't it? There you go, Tamva. Yes, deep grounding is needed for me. Nikki, good day to you as well. Did I do one for you, Mark? There you go. Mark is tribal relationships, so red family. Okay, so you know, often it's connected with our, you know, our bloodline, our tribe, who, you know, where we feel safe and secure on the planet, our tribal relationships. So what's going on within your family at the moment? You're welcome, Sita. And Nikki's nice to see you here. Nikki, you've also got the gold angel for expansion and visibility. All right. There you go. So it's all about stepping into your authentic power and wisdom. So that's just some little insights for you today, just to get you all in a space where you're ready to have some other readings today. Now, what would you like to do today? I'm going to start off actually with 3 bottles. All right. So I want you to pick out which one most resonates with you. Okay. So you got this one here. All right. So bottle number 1. Is it bottle number 2? Put your answers in the comment section. This is bottle number 2. And this one is number 3. There you go. Okay. There you go. Tabitha, we do, I do Zoom sessions with clients all over the world. So if you want to have, you know, your own individual color therapy reading, color mirrors session with me, I get you to pick out bottles and, you know, all that sort of stuff, and find out where you're at in your life right now and where you want to be. And then actually you're, you know, sort of almost choosing your own answers by intuitively picking bottles. And then I'll take you on a guided inner process as well to help you to reconnect and actually do some inner work. So releasing things that are blocking you. So the color mirrors reveal what your biggest blockage is usually, and then I can go in there and just clear it away out of the subconscious and the cellular memory. Yeah, so okay, so Haley said bottle 1, Christina said bottle 2. Sorry, Christine said bottle 3. Can you show number 1 again? Yeah, it's number 1. There's number 1. So number 1 is turquoise over green. Number 2 is turquoise over yellow. And number 3 is solid gold over magenta. Solid gold over magenta. So which one's most connecting with you today? So leave it through. Can you go through the bottles again? Yep. Number 1. There you go. Number 1 is C4. Number 2, which is number 25. And number 3. There you go. So I'm just putting your answers there in the comments section, and I'll reveal your answer. So it's basically, we're just getting you used to working with color and trusting what comes up for you, because there's a message within each of the bottles, and it'll, you know, sort of relate to you. Hello, Joanne. Nice to see you. Mark says number 2, and Bonnie Clappel says number 1. Fantastic. Excellent. So who else? Remember to like the video, guys. Come on, I'm not seeing many likes this morning yet so far. Come on. All right, like the video. Otherwise, I might just stop and go away. And also share the video as well with your friends as well. That'll be really good. All right, brilliant. So I've got something itchy in my nose that's annoying me. Number 1 Yix and number 3. Number 1 resonated as well. No, don't leave. There you go. That's better. I've got 9 likes. Now, come on, there's 15 of you here. So I want 15 likes, please. Come on, you can do it. All you have to do is press like. There you go. So excellent. Number 2 says Suzanne. Okay, so number 1. All right. So this is bottle number 1. So if you've chosen this, it's C4 in the color mirror system. Now, this is about heart healing, okay? And this is your physical heart because it's a number 4. And the number 4 in numerology is a number, right? It relates to the physical heart. And actually, it could be heartache as well. And this is also about communicating how you're feeling, okay? So it's expression of how you feel. Now, for you, you might want space for your heart to heal. It could be that, you know, there could even be issues around the lungs or the breathing. And really, it's like, you know, where you feel like you've been hurt and there's like a sadness, a deep sadness within the heart. Obviously, this is the bottle that is very, very beneficial for clearing heart trauma and those types of things. So if you picked out bottle number 1, then, you know, that it could be that there's some work around the heart center that needs to take place. There might be some anger or some sadness, you know, because the anger masks the sadness, really. So yeah, if you've picked out that one, if that's, you know, that's what's going on for you. Green is all about space and turquoise is about trust. So, you know, really it's about trusting people around the heart as well. So number 2 is this one here, which is 25, number 25, which is trust, actually, the trust bottle. And this one is turquoise over yellow. And this is a little bit about fear of betrayal. Okay, so you might fear, you know, that you're going to be betrayed. Okay. So Bonnie says, heartache. Wow, one of the scams was a romance scam, and yeah, my heart is hurting a lot, and I don't trust anyone anymore. Okay. And Haley says, I totally relate to bottle number 1. That turquoise shade is so beautiful. It really is. I mean, these are such powerful little remedies as well. So we bathe in these. We just pour them in our bath. And Mark, did you get your bottles yet? Have you received yours yet? Let me know. Hopefully you've got them nice and safe and sound. So this one here is number 25. So it's about trust. It's a fear of betrayal that can come up in it. You know, like the yellow is to do with like I am, and then the turquoise is about trust. So, you know, and it's almost like the yellow is about fear as well in color therapy, as well as being about joy. So it's like I fear trusting, you know. So it's like, and this can go back over generations and even past lives. You can bring that in with you, that fear of being betrayed. It's a tough one. Suzanne says, I was wondering, as I have serious trust issues. Well, yeah, I mean, it can go back to like the European persecutions and all of that type of stuff, you know, where we trusted and then we got betrayed and we got killed for our beliefs in a lot of cases. So it's not arrived yet. Have you got your tracking number, didn't you, Mark? I'm sure you got your tracking number. So hopefully they'll be not too long. Mars just got her necklaces the other day. Okay, so this is G15. So this is Satori. So this is actually your authentic power, which is gold in the conscious mind. And then underneath, we've got magenta, which is divine love. So when you've got authentic power and divine love, you reach a state of Satori, which is enlightenment. So this is like what the mystics aim for, but it also means that you want to be really rich, but there's something missing. You don't know how to get there. So who picked out number 3? Sita, you picked out number 3. Ma, you picked out this. Tabitha Coids, yeah, also picked out number 3 as well. All right, so this is like, yeah, it's when you want to be really rich and wealthy, but there's something missing, something stopping you from getting there. You know, it's like you're blocking it in some way. But it's a 15, so it's a 6 energy, which is love. It's Venus, which is unconditional love and self-love and divine love. But actually, you know, if you're picking this one, it's really about moving towards a space of enlightenment, of reaching that aha moment in your life where you connect up with your authentic power and divine wisdom. Christina says money. It's money. A lot of it is connected to that. And Bonnie says, I picked 1 and 3. There you go. 1 and 3 are perfect. There you go. Funny not feeling I was in 3. but feeling attracted towards it in a future way. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's it. So, often the thing is, like, when we love ourselves enough and we value ourselves enough, we attract in all that our heart's desires. So the work is actually on self-love and valuing ourselves, and that's how we can align to more future wealth and prosperity. So Sita says, yes, that's so true. And minus or plus and plus or and. Nikki, I don't know what you mean with all those pluses and minuses. That's very strange. It's got that itch in my nose. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. I think it's like a stray hair or something. Anyway, you don't need to know that. As this one I've been looking for in self, and that's why I'm here. Brilliant. That's usually why everybody's here, you see, because like I'm an Andromedan starseed. So, for my purpose work really is to help my clients, to learn to love themselves unconditionally again, and to fall back into self-worth and all the rest of it, really, because when we reach that sense of, sort of value within ourselves, and we raise our frequency, it ripples out into the world around us, and actually we start attracting all the things that we've, been keeping out of our vibrational escrow, so it starts coming in. All right, okay, so plus is male and minus is female. There you go. So Ashley says, I realized that I feel like I don't deserve the abundance sometimes, working on changing that. Yeah, it's absolutely true. If we feel like we don't deserve, we've got a fat chance of being able to get it, really. It really is that simple. So we've just got to like value ourselves enough to deserve everything in life, and it changes everything. It literally does change. It changes your point of attraction. And everything starts coming to you easily and effortlessly and very, very quickly. You can start instantly manifesting as well. There you go. Reprogramming the mind. You are worthy. Absolutely, Tabitha. Lots of abundance for all souls. Affirmations really help me, Tabitha. They're brilliant. Affirmations are so powerful. I use a lot of affirmations on my 12-week wellness journey, which is called Your True Colors, which guides, people going from frazzled in life where they're stuck and don't know what the next step is, to feeling fulfilled, going through the energetic bodies all the way through from, the base, through the sacral, through the solar plexus, and releasing all the emotions and beliefs and patterns from each of those energetic centers, and then up into the heart space, the throat, third eye, and the crown, and then connection to oneness and actually, unity consciousness and your starry families as well. So Joanne said number 2. Oh wow, that was very delayed reaction. Remember you put that in a little bit before. How you think plus and plus creates energy. Okay. Really helped heal me, Tabitha. I still do my affirmations every day. Brilliant. I do as well. My favorite one is, right, I get this one. So this is a really great affirmation for attracting financial abundance. Okay, since the Satori bottle has triggered all of our sort of wealth and value sort of beliefs. Okay, so this is a good one to say. So say, I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me in an avalanche of abundance. I use money for good purposes only, and I am grateful, so grateful for the good that it provides me. All right. Did you like that? Okay. So that is a really, really powerful affirmation around money. And of course, it kind of like just changes everything, changes the dynamic, the energy that you're putting out, and it responds. The universe responds to it beautifully, easily and effortlessly and very, very quickly. Yeah. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me in an avalanche of abundance. I use money for good purposes only, and I'm grateful, so grateful for the good that it provides me. Remember, when you're doing your affirmations, you've got to put feeling and passion behind them. There's no point in just saying them. You've got to visualize as you're saying them as well, and just imagine all this money coming into you, and you sort of drowning in an avalanche of it, and it really helps. All right. So, but remember, it all starts with self-love. And actually, when you're going outside and you're doing your affirmations in public, then you might want to find a space where there's not many people around you, because they do tend to look at you in a very strange way. There you go. Can you say something about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunct in Aquarius 0, Nikki? So, Well, obviously Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, okay, and it's and actually in the color mirrors system, it's coral. So I'll show you what it looks like as a color combination. So this is Jupiter, and that one is Saturn. All right, that's Jupiter. Got a big bubble in it. Oh, where's that come from? You see my Jupiter bottle? Look, you see that big bubble that's formed inside it? Very strange. So it wants us to talk about it. There you go. Look at my Jupiter bottle. Oh, it's just popped. There you go. And this is Saturn. So Jupiter is, you know, it wants expansion. You know, it wants to grow. It wants it, and actually through a process of self-acceptance. And Saturn is old father time. So it says, yeah, I want to grow, but it's got to be done in the right way. We've got to build the foundations. We've got to make sure this is done properly. There's got to be processes in place. And Aquarius is the planet of the future. All right. So the Aquarius energy really is, you know, we're moving into the age of Aquarius. So, you know, and it's interesting when, you know, the conjunct takes place between your coral energy, which is your Christ ray, really, and then, you know, all of this kind of old spirituality and all this independence, you know, because it's very much about the individual, Saturn as well. So yeah, when the two conjunct together in Aquarius, it's like saying, let's just make sure that we build the blocks properly and that we can expand at a you know, in a kind of in the right sort of way, instead of rushing things and then everything going wrong. So yeah, so big it wants to be seen. Exactly, Sita. Yeah, it's huge. Love the Jupiter bottle. I love the Jupiter bottle as well. It's beautiful because obviously Jupiter as well, you know, coral is, if you think about how coral is made, it's pink, a little bit of pink with a bit of gold. So it's, you know, unconditional love with a bit of authentic power creates expansion. And then 8 Saturn, you know, it's all of that kind of organization and control. So Saturn wants to kind of control things, and Jupiter wants to expand. So it's just an interesting one because, you know, it's almost like two opposing forces coming together. One wants to move forward quickly and the other one wants to say, hang on a minute, yeah, we want to do that, but we have to do it properly. So it can feel like you're not getting anywhere quickly. Jupiter was showing its spot. That's a really, really interesting way of looking at it. Yeah, exactly. A strong foundation rather than a slippery foundation. That's exactly right. Exactly. Jupiter is warm and Saturn is cool. It's a brilliant way of looking at it. There you go. So great. You're talking about abundance. That is my current self project, working on abundance, wealth, and feeling worthy of it. Excellent, Mark. I'm really pleased because we're all worthy of it. Like, this is the thing, like we are. And the more you work on it, the more you genuinely do. And you know, it's like and actually it's not just about money, you know, it's about, you know, sort of abundance across every area of your life. More love, more joy, you know, more fulfillment is true abundance. Because when we feel all of those things, the monetary aspect of life really doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't, because, you know, you've got a lot of very unhappy rich people, let's face it. You've got a lot of very happy poor people. So really, abundance is connected with, you know, being in the moment, feeling joy, feeling connected, feeling fulfilled, you know, and being compassionate towards ourselves and other people. So that's really the key. Now then, who was it that's joined me that hasn't done a live before with me? And because I want to do you a little numerology reading. Let's have a look. Was it Tamvi? Tamvi, are you still there? So Tamvi, if you leave me your date of birth, I'll have a look at your birth chart for you. Saturn is ego, which must be controlled, and Jupiter is one who beats the ego. Is the one who beats the ego. Exactly. You have an MZ magic, Tamvi. All right, so let's do you two then. So I'm going to just change the pace a little bit now, and I'm going to move into doing some numerology readings. Catherine Finity, I haven't. You're all stepping out the woodwork now, aren't you? Hey, you've all been very quiet up until now. Tamvi. All right, so we're going to start with Tamvi then. Now, I ran a numerology level 2 at the weekend in Perth for a group of 25 women. It was amazing. So we went into the soul urge, the outer expression number, and the pyramids, the peak years of maturity. So it was such a fascinating day, and everyone got so much out of it. It was brilliant. So if you want to see the photographs, they're on my Facebook page. Have a look at those, because it was genuinely a brilliant day. I'm not running the level 2 as an online course yet, but it will be coming in the future. So if you haven't done your level 1 yet online, then do that first, and then the level 2 will be coming. And yeah, so that's just like a self-paced. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing numerology at the moment. It's like a self-paced course, you know, so you can just watch the videos, read the ebooks, and learn what I'm doing now. So that's really, really cool. So it's very empowering. It's one of the best things that I learned, actually. So, okay, so let's have a look. So we've got Tamvi. So Tamvi, you've got a 1, you've got your 3, you've got your 2 9s and your 6 energy there. Wow, okay. You've got an interesting chart, Tamvi. Okay, so you can see that. Do for my sister Manuela, the 7th of October. She's a Libran. All the best people are Librans, aren't they? How many Librans have we got in the house today? All right, so Tamvi, you have got what's called the arrow of intellect. So these are mind numbers, these are emotional numbers, and these are physical numbers. All right, so you've got all 3 numbers on the mind plane, and that means that you've got a very overactive mind. So you're a thinker, you know, one of life's thinking people. And actually, you've got the 2 9s on there as well, which is your humanitarian, your wisdom, your idealism, and your ambition as well. So you are very ambitious, idealistic, and wise, but you've got a very active mind. Now, on the contrary to that, you don't have any numbers there on the emotional plane. So that's called the arrow of hypersensitivity. So that means that for you, you get easily hurt. So you've got a weak soul protection. So sometimes you can be prone to isolate yourself a little bit. So you've got this little isolated one on, it's a little lonesome in the bottom left-hand side corner. So this is that masculine ego energy. So it's almost like retreated away. So you're overthinking, actually not very grounded. So you need to bring yourself back into your heart and develop your intuition. But also, you know, it's about connecting up and being a bit more grounded and in the present, Tamve. Okay. So you're very much in your mind. Now, the interesting thing is you're a day number 10, which is a physical number. 10 is a physical number. And actually, in the colour mirror system, it's represented by the bottle behind my head there, called the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like the colours of the ruling 10. Sorry, the day number 10. All right. This is, you're very adaptable, but you're a leader, but you've got a very soft feminine energy that can't be misused. So, you know, you've got all that authentic power and wisdom, and then underneath is that beautiful feminine olive green colour. So it's like relates to Egyptian energy. So it could be Egyptian past life stuff. You know, if you think about the goddess Isis, she was the one that was married to Isis was married to Osiris, who was the god of the underworld. And when they had a baby, it was called Horus. Horus was their little baby. So yeah, Isis was a mother, healer, and also, you know, she was the caretaker of the dead as well. But yeah, so it's all that Egyptian energy that's going on there as well. And also you've got like your ruling number, which is a 10, 19, 25, 28, 29. So you're ruling number 29, all right, over 11. Now, on my course at the weekend, there were 24 people, and a quarter of those had a ruling number 29, 11. Now, what I usually find is people with the ruling number 11 are here for a spiritual purpose. So they automatically are really connected to, you know, anything metaphysical or spiritual in nature, because they're here to guide humanity forward into the golden age of Aquarius. So what that means is, for you, you know, you're a master number 11, and actually that's on the soul plane, and it's represented in the color mirror system by this bottle here, which is called duality. So duality is like deep magenta over clear, and the 11 bottle really is about your last look at issues of separation. You know, so it's like realizing and recognizing the illusion of separation between our dark aspects or our shadows and our light aspects. You know, is not real. You know, it's just an illusion, because actually when you look closely, you can see that very dark color is deep magenta, which is the color of divine love and the soul. So actually clear and magenta are the same thing, really. So this is what, and the 29 actually is an interesting vibration, because this one is called Grace Under Pressure in the color mirrors system. And this one really is the Olympic spiritual athlete. So your soul has chosen a very difficult life path for you to be able to grow and evolve during this. So, you know, grace under pressure, grace comes through pressure, and actually that creates a spiritual evolution. But this is something that that your soul has agreed to. Yeah, Isis has been a key guide in my journey until now. There you go. So it just shows you then, Tammy, doesn't it? It shows you how accurate it is. Yes, and that's why you feel the need for grounding. Exactly right, Tammy. You've got nothing going on really in the lower two planes of existence. It's all up there in your head. So you're overthinking. So really your work is to bring your energy back into the realm of the heart center, and, you know, work with red energy, work with pink and green energy. Because a lot of the time you might even have issues with do you have issues with mother as well? Sometimes mother issues come up as well. Yes, going through major awakening now, the dark night of the soul. Exactly. And actually the dark night of the soul shouldn't be avoided. This is something that actually a lot of us need to go through for our awakening to take place. And it's only when we go through that experience, that tower experience, that we, you know, come out like the phoenix rising from the ashes, and we come out stronger. So yeah, so it's an interesting, you know, you've got an interesting chart for sure. And at the moment, you know, you're going through a 7-8. You're in a personal year cycle 8. So it's actually stepping into your power this year, because we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology. And when we get to an 8, it's all about our independence and being in control and being more organized and stepping into our power. And actually money can improve this year as well, Tamvi, for you as well, which is really great news, because we all like that, don't we? Hello, Tammy Houston. How are you? Ah, you came in late and went to the beginning. Ah, I get it. There you go, Joanne. There you go. So Bonnie says, self-love, self-worth, self-confidence, and caring for myself physically and emotionally. I've always put so many others before myself and neglected to take care of me. And I feel so much different now. Brilliant, Bonnie. Good for you. It is all about putting yourself first. And Nikki is a Sagittarian, Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So there you go. So did that make sense for you? Okay, so Tammy says, nowadays Kuan Yin is guiding me, eternally grateful to all of them. I love Kuan Yin. We've got a statue of Kuan Yin in our lounge that we bought actually when we were in the UK from a feng shui shop. And Kuan Yin is beautiful. She's come in on the pink ray, I think. She came in on the pink ray. No, the green ray, I think it was. But she's very good for opening hearts. She's very good for compassion. So actually, Tamvi, Kuan Yin's very, very good for you to help activate, you know, the numbers, the frequencies of the numbers on your soul plane, which is your, you know, your emotional plane. There you go. Deficit. Exactly. Right. So who should we go to next? So there was somebody else who left their date of birth. Okay. So we want to have a look at are you still there? MZ Magic. What's your date of birth? MZ Magic. We can have a look at yours. Now, I wanted to tell you something interesting as well that happened to me last night. No, not last night, the night before. 2 tomcats came knocking at my door, knocked me out with a rolling pin. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, so I got a message in the middle of the night. Okay, so I sometimes get this, but not very often anymore. But this one was very, very clear. And I woke up with the name Cassiopeia in my mind, Cassiopeia or Cassiopeia. And I was like, okay, so I had a feeling that it was a constellation, and I didn't really know where it was. But actually, Cassiopeia is right next to Andromeda, which is my soul origin star family. Now, Cassiopeia in legend or in Greek mythology was tied to a rock, and she was punished, and she was eaten by a sea monster. And I think it was because she was very vain or something like that. It was all to do with vanity. And she was connected to Poseidon. So I think it was Poseidon that tortured her, and I think I think their daughter was Andromeda, but Cassiopeia ended up being tortured or something like that. So I actually decided to do a video on Cassiopean starseeds this week. So I'm going to be putting that out next week, which is going to be really interesting because it's going to kind of dissect the personality traits of the Cassiopean starseeds. So if you know anything about them, then please put some information down in the comments section. I'd be really interested to find out. Okay, so Kathleen, I'll do yours in a second. There you go. So Tabitha says, I'm having issues with ordering the reading. Oh. If you just message me, you can just message me if you're having issues. I'll put my email address in here now, so it just makes it nice and easy for you. Because sometimes the website is a bit foisty. It's probably a better word than that. Joanne, have a look at yours as well. Your name is Sprinkle. That's a cool name, MZ Magic. Sprinkle. And you're the 19th of the 3rd. I know, it was a really clear message as well. It was such a clear message. So yeah, so I know that it's, and I actually do feel a connection to Cassiopeia because, you know, these are the people that bring in art and they like beauty, you know, and that's always been a major thing. Like if you think of like a Cassiopeian starseed, it's not that many of them. It would have been someone like Marilyn Monroe. You know, Marilyn Monroe went out into the war zones, you know, to try and bring a bit of beauty into the ugliness of that type of space. Yeah, so all right, so Sprinkle, is that your real name, Sprinkle? Is that your birth name, or did you change your name by default to Sprinkle 70? Because I've never met another Sprinkle before. I've had plenty of sprinkles on my ice cream. I do like a nice bit of a sprinkle on my my vanilla ice cream. All right, so sorry, I'm just getting a bit carried away with myself today. Not my birth name, but you've had it for 27 years. Wow, good for you. There you go. Cassiopeia is the opposite of the great divine mother. Nikki, that's interesting. The opposite. So can you elaborate on that a little bit? So is that like, so was she a bad egg then, was she? Was Cassiopeia a bad egg? Oh, hang on, someone's tried to message me. I wonder if Donna's outside. Just bear with me a second. Sorry, I'm just checking my Facebook. Ah, it's all right. Sorry, just got a bit distracted there. So I've got a lady coming around for a flower essence this morning, and yeah, so she's kind of emailing me at the moment as we speak. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. You know, try and multitask. Is the northern sky named after the queen Cassiopeia in Greek mythology, the seated queen? Interesting. Okay, like it. Given to you by the nature spirits. It is not the light. Oh, Nikki, it's not the light. Interesting. Oh, ooh, I wonder why I got that message then. Okay, so the arrow of hypersensitivity comes back again. All right, so this is kind of like you again are somebody, Sprinkle, that is, you know, you've got a weak soul protection, so you get easily hurt. And also what we can see there, you've got the arrow of frustration. So for you you know, you might have had difficulties during childhood, you know, so it could have been that your mum and dad's relationship didn't survive, or there was difficulties with sibling rivalry or ill health or feeling like you didn't fit in. So these are actually classed as 2 negative arrows. And then what you can see is it isolates all of the numbers in your birth chart. Isolated 3, isolated 1s, isolated 7, isolated 9s. This, what I mean by isolated is they don't have any numbers anywhere around them. So what we can see there is that, you know, your memory, your imagination can run away with you sometimes. So it's kind of like, you know, maybe you see things that aren't really there, get lost in fantasy. You've got the 2 isolated 1s. So your masculine energy is isolated. So you might retreat away, you know, withdraw. Your 7 is your sacrifice. So this is either love, health, or money, one of those things. You'll keep on having to repeat the same lessons again and again and again. So it might be that you have to love and lose, and love and keep, until you finally learn the lesson on it's all about self-love first, and then you attract in the soulmate that you desire. Or, this is the 2 9s isolated. So you're a humanitarian and you're very ambitious, and it's an overinflation of ambition. So you might be a little bit too ambitious. So you are a leader as well. So you've got the day number 10 as well. So the day number 10, just exactly the same as Tamvi, is this energy of the the ancient Egyptian. So it's the Isis energy. It's this soft feminine leadership. It means you're very adaptable. So you can put you in any situation, you do quite well, but you do keep a lot of your relationships fairly superficial. So you don't really want people knowing exactly what's going on for you. All right. So, you can keep people at arm's length. You maybe only have 1 or 2 people that know exactly what's going on for you emotionally. You see, you react to emotional situations as well, because you've got no center of your emotional plane, which is the number 5, which sits right there in the center. And so work, for you could be really helping you to open up your heart as well, using that pink energy to open your heart, which can really help. Now you're a 9, 10, 17, 29, 30. You're a 30, a ruling number 3. So you've got that Jupiter energy, the bubble Jupiter. And that's that one there. So that's your ruling number. So you are inspired by lyrics, music, art. You are, you sometimes suffer from self-doubt or low self-esteem or beliefs that you need to look at in order to transcend those beliefs, because they might be limiting. And the 3 is obviously, it's about expansion and self-acceptance. So the ruling 3s often, are interested in community-based projects and helping and it's a mind number. So it's stimulated imagination, memory, and analysis as well, because it is connected with the left brain. All right. So 3s is always connected to that. Starseed ambassadors here as well. There you go. The 11th, the 29th of the 11th, 1971 at 3:33 p.m. on the 333rd day of the year. Life path number 4. Wow, that's a cool one, Starseed ambassador. We'll have a look at that one for shizzle me nizzle. Okay, so there you go. So how does this make sense for you? There you go. So you've got this beautiful, soft, feminine energy and leadership skills. Little Starseed as well. So sometimes you can be a bit timid. You need to be able to kind of step into that power, open that heart. And actually, you're in a year cycle 7, 8. And it's 16, 17, you're in an 8 as well. So you're actually stepping into your power this year. So this is where you start to see improvements in finances. You start feeling a bit more in control of your life. You start to feel a lot more empowered as well. Excellent. There you go. So Cassiopeia is also Semiramis, the mother of the wife of Nimrod. There you go. You understand mother and wife. There you go. There you go. Excellent. So yes, it does. She says, not really timid, but certainly have had my heart hurt. Yeah. And it can manifest as that, it can manifest as being easily hurt, role of the victim. So Lakey Stewart says, Cephagus and Cassiopeia sacrificed their daughter Andromeda to the sea monster to appease Poseidon. That's it. Yeah. There you go. Sacrifice their daughter Andromeda. So remember, I'm Andromedan. So if I'm an Andromedan starseed and Cassiopeia is coming up, what do you think that message is? Because I still can't work it out exactly. So is it like saying that, because obviously Andromeda I was the daughter, I would have been the daughter of that. So it's almost like a betrayal of by the parents, isn't it? That's kind of like the message, isn't it? And things are changing for me of late. Great. I'm really pleased to hear that, Sprinkle. Excellent. I'm a creative and definitely resonate with ancient Egypt. Beautiful. Sacrifice. That is it. Sacrifice. Ah, there you go. So sacrifice. Woohoo. Brilliant. We got to the bottom of that, didn't we? There you go. Egotistical, satanistic. Oh, Cassiopeia. She sounds like a right biatch, doesn't she? Excellent. All right. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to have a look now. The next one. Okay, remember, I'm only just doing like insights for you guys today based on your dates of birth. So it's just a bit of entertainment and fun. But if you want to have a proper Starseed numerology report done, then we really need to look at your name, your living name, which is the name that you like to go by. All right. So your birth name, like for me, it's Hayden. And we look at the solar and outer expression number of that, and we put that alongside your birth chart. Look at your ruling number, day number, arrows of individuality. And then we also look at your peak years of maturity through your pyramids and your starseed origin. You know, that where your sun was at the time that you were born, and what degree it was in, whether it was kind of like sextile or conjunct or opposite with different star systems. So we can work out, you know, really accurately which star system that your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So you can start to layer that information in there as well. And of course, then all of the color mirrors influences behind me that are related to the numbers, because this is a numerology based color therapy system. So it layers information about your soul purpose and direction, your strengths and weaknesses, and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. And remember, guys, they are still on special at the moment till the end of July, which is like 2 more days. And they're only 49 Australian dollars. So if you want one of them, you need to message me with that through that email address I left before, and we can get those organized for you. They do take 3 to 5 business days to create because they are handcrafted reports. Okay. So they're a 15-page, you know, they're like not computer generated. There you go. Tammy says, I've emailed you, lovely soul. And you'd love to book in. Excellent, Tammy. I'll look forward to catching up with you next week. It'll be now. There you go. Fantastic. You're very welcome, MZ Magic. Now I want to go to, let's have a look. I want to go now to, let's think, Kathleen Finity. You still there, Kathleen? Kathleen. Excellent. So are you the 6th of the 11th or the 11th of the 6th? 1984. Okay, I think I've got everything. There you go. Sit, I'd love to get that reading. I've never had one before. By all means, just email me and we can get one done for you. There you go, Tammy. I'd love to have a Starseed reading with you in the future. Get cleared the exam and got the degree and a good job. Will be exciting. Excellent, Tammy. Make sure you do. That's awesome. So you're the 6th of November. Got it right then. Oh, Cassiopeia is the mother of the Antichrist. Oh, God, she sounds awful, doesn't she? Or I might change my mind about doing a video on her. She sounds gross, doesn't she? Oh, I wonder what made her turn into a fallen angel then. Excellent, Starseed Ambassador. I'm going to look at your chart as well today. So stick around. I'll have a look, because that really intrigues me with all those threes and in your date of birth and time of birth, etc. Oh, it's not your fault, Nikki. You know, this is good. It's good for me to find out, you know, because I don't want to be making a video on somebody who's like the Antichrist, like Hellraiser. Excellent. Okay, so this is Kathleen's chart. So you can see she's got no arrows. So you're a bit like me, Kathleen. I haven't got arrows in my chart either, because I was born on the 16th of the 10th, 1972. Oh, thank you so much, Marshams. You're giving me the 999 again. You're always so generous. I really appreciate that, because every little helps, you know, in the Dreamtime healing room. Helps me to keep my channel going. So small donations are genuinely appreciated. And what I find is that you all start trying to outbid each other with the amount that you donate as well, don't you? And so, yeah, I'm certainly open to higher offers as well. Not that I'm greedy, but you know, I've been working on self-love. You know, Satori is always there helping in the background. So Kathleen, all right. So you've got a nice. Oh, sorry, your 6 goes there. That was me being a bit silly. So I'm lying. You do have an arrow. Sorry, I'm not concentrating, am I? I'm getting a bit carried away with myself this morning. So yeah, you've got this arrow of, it's called the arrow of the inquirer. So this means you can be a little bit skeptical of new concepts until you get your own proof. Like, so new theories, new concepts, new ideas that can't be scientifically proven. You can be a bit like, I don't know if I believe that. That smells like BS. And then you get your own proof and you're like, oh, hang on a minute. No, I do believe that. Everyone, you know, this is really good, rah, rah, rah. And that's how you get. So what you find there is this arrow of the inquiry. It's a little bit of skepticism. Now, you're a day number 6 person, all right? And the 6 is very creative and they love the home and the family. So you are creative at home. When you worry a little bit or you live negatively, you can be prone to anxiety or stress and things like that. So because the opposite of creativity is destruction. We know that, don't we? So you've got that there as well. What we can find is you're a 9, 10, 9, 10, 18, 9, 22, 24. You're also a 30, which is the ruling number 3. So actually you do need space and time away from people. You don't give everything to everybody all the time. You've got to allow your creativity to flow, because the ruling 3s actually are very creative, but they're also got great imaginations and memories and analytical skills as well. So they're inspired by music, lyrics and poetry and writing and publishing and all that sort of stuff. And they love being involved in their sole purpose work. So they don't want to have a boring day job. That's not what they want. Okay. They don't want to have a boring humdrum day job. They want to be able to fulfill their purpose in life. Okay. There you go. So, you know, this is your, you know, your expansion, your self-acceptance. Often have to go through low self-esteem, self-doubt and things like that in your life. But there are 2 mind numbers actually. And actually, you know, when we look at this as well, you know, there's shamanic connection, past life connection coming up for you in that, because obviously we have to look at the complementary color to coral. So it's like an understory within the ruling 3, and that's turquoise is the complementary color to coral. All right. So it's almost like when we put coral and turquoise together, those 2 colors together, this is shamanic connections to past life connections, shamanism, you know, so you might be interested in that. And also, you know, your 6 energy, which is your day number, which is this one here. This is your 6 energy there. All right. So 6 is Venus and number 3 is your ruling number, which is Jupiter. So it's expansion and love. But this can also, you know, when you put those 2 together, look quite sickly sweet, don't they? So often, you know, these are people that can hold on to a lot of anger, and they might look all like peaches and cream, but then they've got a bit of a forked tongue and they can get a bit like, you know, and sometimes it can relate to being a victim or a martyr or falling into those patterns. Not I'm saying you are that, but there's the potential there. Now, we can also see that you are very organized. You know, you love to be in control, and you are quite an independent person. You're actually quite practical as well. Now, you can either be a real chatty person, because you've got 3 wands in your chart. Now, there's 2 very distinct types of people with 3 wands. There's the ones that talk incessantly, and then there's the ones that are very quiet and don't say boo to a goose. Now, you might be the one that talks a lot, or you might be the one that's very quiet. Usually you find that the talkative ones are very talkative in company that they know. Now, you also could do with developing your intuition, and your memory could do with some stimulation as well. Although you've got the ruling number 3, which carries that left brain memory and imagination, which is really good. So really working on opening and developing your intuition and opening the heart as well, so that you can express and know how you feel, so you don't react to emotional situations. You're in a 10, I'm 12, you're in a 3 this year. So it's a really great year for you to learn new skills. All right. You've really got to look at learning new skills this year. You know, your memory is stimulated under this transition in a personal year cycle 3. So that means that you want expansion, but also you want to learn. So, you know, whether it's training at work or training within personal development, but doing something where you're going to learn some skills, because you will end up learning them, you know, and retaining that information. Mercy Molina, hello, Hellraiser. That's a nice introduction. There you go. So there you go. So Kathleen says, I'm such an introvert and trained in Reiki. Yes, you're very hurt. Okay, so you know, this is great that you've got that beautiful Reiki ability as well. You remember your 3 and your 6, they're mind numbers, but it's also very creative as well. So you can harness that creativity and actually express that through your hands, because when you've got a 4 in your chart, it means you're good with your hands. So you could even bring massage into your Reiki as well if you chose to do that, and I think that would work really well. Excellent. So there's Kathleen. So we'll have a look at Sita next. We'll have a look at you, Sita. There you go. Leave a few comments, Kathleen, and let me know what you thought. Did that make sense for you today? Excellent. Sita. And that's are you the 9th of October, 1976? There you go. Yeah. Good luck, Kathleen, I say as well. Good luck with the Reiki and everything. And who knows where that's going to lead on to and how that's going to develop as well. Because usually when you find that you've got your foundation in Reiki, it's a really great platform for lots of other tools and modalities to be able to sort of almost join onto them, so that you can kind of develop your skills and actually become a really profound light worker and starseed, you know, because that's what it's all about. It's about, you know, being at the best that we can possibly be on the planet to help and guide other people through these transitions that are taking place at the moment. So yeah, so you've got the arrow of hypersensitivity as well. All right, there you go. So Kathleen says, that was fantastic, thank you very much, and it all made perfect sense. I just learned Indian head massage week before lockdown. There you go. So you're doing something with your hands as well. I'm really pleased about that, Kathleen. I feel like that would be very, very good for you, and I feel like you'll get lots and lots of business through doing that with your hands, because I think you've got a very beautiful touch, and I think people will be very blessed to have you have your hands on them. Yeah. Brock Bell finally caught alive. Excellent. So cool to see you here, Brock. Excellent. Now, where are you, Brock, in the world? And have you been following me for a while? And if you have, leave your date of birth and I'll do a reading for you as well after I've done Starseed Ambassador. Excellent. All right. So Sita, this arrow of hypersensitivity means that you've got a weak soul protection. So you get easily hurt. So you're isolating yourself, becoming a bit of a hermit, that type of thing, because you're one and isolated in the corner. You also have sacrificing either love, health, or money, one of those 3 things, and that pattern, that cycle will keep on going round and round and round and round. Thank you, Ashley. There you go, in my beautiful blue top. There you go. Thank you. Oh wow, Rapid City, South Dakota, USA. Excellent. I love that. That's so good. Rapid City. I love all you Americans. It's great that you're all enjoying watching little old Heidi Crawford, you know, little British Heidi Crawford stuck in Australia. Well, not stuck, enjoying life in Perth in Western Australia. And but it's lovely to have so much support from America. I love it. So Sita, you're a number 9, which is Mars energy. So you actually are very wise. You're a very wise person. And, you know, Mars is activity, energy, mobility. It's fire energy. So you've got to make sure that you do and say what needs doing and saying, instead of being meek, mild, and getting angry and frustrated. All right. So, you know, there's a lot of fire can result in anger, but also it's wisdom. And actually, you know, you're here to heal. So 9 is far more suited to celestial work than it is corporate. You're also very creative, and you're a real humanitarian. You're very ambitious and also very idealistic. Also for you, you are a 9, 10, 17, 17, 24, 25, 34. So you're a 7. So ruling 7 is Neptune energy. Now, Neptune, as we know, is the Roman god of the sea, otherwise known as Poseidon. Nothing to do with Cassiopeia. We don't talk about her anymore. Cassiopeia. All right. So, yeah, this is Neptune, and Neptune is turquoise energy. So it's all about trust, and actually it's to do with like a spiritual teacher. So actually you've got the same combination as me. So you've got this red energy here, which is your day number, which is your, you know, your humanitarian and your healer, and you're wanting to be of service. And then you got the teacher energy, you know, so this is the Neptune energy. So you're actually a bit of a spiritual teacher, or you've got the potential to do that if you want. So you like to investigate the deeper meaning behind life, and you need to learn through your own experience. So no one can tell you how to live your life. You have to do it yourself, even if that means falling, dusting yourself off, and then getting back up and doing that. So fantastic. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Oh, I love that. And lovely turquoise as well, just as I was talking about Neptune there as well. Thank you very, very much. I genuinely appreciate that that donation. It's just awesome to see you all being so generous today. And doesn't it feel good being generous? Don't you think? It feels so good. Feels so good. And remember, what you give, you get back tenfold as well. So yeah. So yeah, no, she goes, yeah, I won't do that. So yeah, you want to do, yes, I won't to do that. You want to do that. Excellent, brilliant. Because you know you've got the potential there, but you are creative as well. So for you, you have to learn through your own experience, all right? But even if that means sometimes sacrificing as well, so sacrificing something in your life that's no longer serving you, don't hold on to things that are no longer working for you. Because when we do that, what happens is we kind of just get stuck in a bit of a cycle, in a bit of a rut, you know, and then we end up making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So you're in a 13, 14, you're in a 5 this year. So your energy, personal year is a 5, which is connected to Mercury. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication, versatility, and change, and freedom. And actually, so you're going to want to have a lot more freedom this year, and you're going to be feeling things very intensely as well more this year, because 5 is the center of the emotional plane. So when you're in a 5, you want freedom. You don't want to feel constricted. You don't want to be told what to do. You want to be able to do things your own way. So during COVID, it can be quite challenging because obviously we're in a universal year cycle 4, which is about change and disruption of old order, but it's also about a trough year of consolidation. So it means that actually you want to feel free, but you're stuck inside the house. So that can cause a bit of unnecessary frustration. So Nikki says, my sister Manuela. I'll have a look at Manuela as well. And Tammy says, I came through many Australians online as a guide. Have helped me a lot in somewhere or other. Like you, Hayden, I've watched your many videos on numerologist. Excellent. Well, Tanvi, you should be watching them on my Facebook channel, not on Numerologist channel. So watch them on my Facebook channel and my YouTube channel rather, because they're all on there, which is this channel here. Yeah, it's just easier for you to be able to navigate them, and of course, yeah, then it boosts up my watch time as well. Not that I'm being selfish. Okay, so Bonnie says, I wish I could give you a donation right now. One of these days I'll be able to. Oh, look, it's not an imperative part of being here. It really isn't. But, you know, Christina, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. And, you know, it's just really lovely that you're so thoughtful and so caring, and that you actually can be bothered as well. So thank you. I really genuinely appreciate that. So Tambi says not using social media that much. Not that much anyway. Excellent. They go, Ashley's like, you're on fire. You're on fire, Hayden. That's great, isn't it? Well, thank you very much. I love all that color as well that you're giving me. No one's given me anything red though yet, have they? No one's given me anything red. So I've had yellow, blue. So I've had gold, blue, turquoise, and pale blue, but nothing red. Nothing red yet. I do like, my favorite color is red. Also, I love orange as well. I love the color orange because obviously I am a ruling 9. Okay, so have a look at the next one. Okay, Starseed Ambassador, are you still there? Starseed Ambassador. So Sita, let me know what you thought. Did you enjoy your reading? Did it resonate with you? Do you feel like you connect up to that? Are you going to become this spiritual teacher? Are you going to do it? You know, a lot of 9s. Wow, thank you so much, Tanvi. That's lovely. Oh, thank you very much. And it's a beautiful blue, the same color as my top. That's so lovely. Thank you very, very much. You're very generous. Best crystal for self-love and discipline. Oh, interesting. There you go. Oh, there you go. That's very sweet. You're such a lovely lady, Bonnie. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Starseed Ambassador. You're very sweet. Get you, right. Okay, so I need your date of birth again. Tammy Houston, thank you so much. Always love watching. And it was your first live one. Tammy, there you go. Now stick around, Tammy. I'll have a look at your reading for you as well. Starseed Ambassador, can you just pop your date of birth again down in the comments section so I don't have to go scrolling? That would be really cool. And Ashley Shams, look at you in that little red dress doing a little boogie. You love it, don't you? Thank you. There you go. So Sita says, I need someone to help me in it. Well, you know, you've come to the right place. You're at the Dreamtime Academy now, Sita, and this is what we specialize in here, is empowering you to rediscover your inner wisdom so you can live a life on purpose and feel more fulfilled. That's what it's all about. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, Bonnie. So, okay, so you're the 29th. Yeah, so the 29th of the 11th, okay, 1971. So we're having a look at Starseed Ambassador. Now, what's your name, Starseed Ambassador? What's your name? What's your real name, Starseed Ambassador? What is your real name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 9s and a 7. Okay. Right. Excellent. Okay, so what we can see here is, okay, so you're 2911, so your day number is an 11. That's the duality bottle. So you're here for a spiritual purpose, Starseed Ambassador. So you are definitely a starseed, like with all those 3s at the time you were born and everything as well. I feel like, you know, not sure which connection I'll go for. So yeah, but I'm getting Pleiadian for some reason. That's coming through for you. Now you've had a difficult childhood as well. So there was difficulties for you during the Keeley, during your upbringing period. So it could have been like your mum and dad separated, you felt like you didn't fit in, or there was ill health or sibling rivalry. Okay, so that's the arrow of frustration. So it's the spine of the chart's missing. All right, so there's difficulties there. Also, it can knock on into difficulties within relationships for you as well, Keely. So it might be that you struggle to hold down a relationship. Also, you know, you've got sacrifice in either love, health, or money, one of those 3 things, and that will keep on repeating itself until you've learned the lesson. So it could be that you love and lose, love and lose, love and lose, love and lose, and love and keep sort of thing. Or you make loads of money, lose it, make money, lose it, or get sick, get well, get sick, get well, that type of thing. You got the 2 isolated 9s as well. Now the 9s are your idealism, in your ambition and your wisdom as well. And so you can be quite an ambitious person as well, Keely, because they're isolated. So there's an emphasis on that, but you wanting to be of service. So yes, I'm Pleiadian. Yes, definitely. I did get the feeling that you were. So I feel like your energy is really powerful. Now, your 11 is derived from the Grace Under Pressure bottle, which is your 29, which means that you've come in with a very challenging life path. All right. So you've come in with, you know, a lot of soul issues to work through so that your soul can evolve during this lifetime and maybe not have to come back here again. So you can maybe stick around in the Pleiades next time around and not have to incarnate back on the earth plane, which is great news for you. It just means that you can go and chill in the Pleiades for a bit instead of having to be of service here on planet Earth. You never get sick though. Okay. Oh, that's great news. I'm pleased. So yeah, you've also got the 4 1s. So this is like fiction around how you communicate. All right. So because you don't know how you feel, you can react to emotional situations. And actually, there's just a restriction around how you communicate your feelings. You are very intuitive. You've got very balanced intuition and sensitivity. And so, you know, that's very good and very reliable as well. And you also you're a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19. 30, 31, you're a 4. So you are a bit of a hermit because 31 is the hermit in the color mirror system. Number 4 is very practical. So you are a doing. So you're very practical, organized, you know, like you like the material aspects of life. But remember, Uranus is about change and disruption of old order. So it's about breaking down, you know, the people, places, situation, events in your life that are no longer in resonance with your truth, so that you can then, you know, rebuild solid foundations and bring in the golden age that way. So, you know, Uranus really is quite a difficult vibration as well, you know, because it's that sort of, you know, that connection to the material, the 3D and all the rest of it. So, yeah, you are practical. You're good with your hands. and that type of thing as well. So I don't know whether you work with your hands in any way in spirituality. So whether that's through massage or through yoga or qigong, or some sort of physical activity, or maybe even exercise, that would work for you. And actually all the manual arts in some capacity would work really well for you. But I do feel like it hasn't been an easy ride for you. You've not had an easy paper round, and you're probably still learning. So I feel like what I want to say to you is, I feel like your significant other will come in for you at the time when you least expect it, and actually somebody will come in who'll be another very similar sort of Pleiadian energy, quite a sensitive starseed that will understand you and be able to support and help you as well. So I'm also getting issues coming up with your, like I don't know whether it's your mother, your birth mother, or your biological mother, but I feel like there's something going on there at the moment as well. So I feel like you need to get in contact or something like that, or there's some sort of connection with your mother that needs addressing at this moment in time. All right, so that was that. So I'm going to go now to Ashley Shams. There you go. She's giving me lots of blue and red hearts today. That's lovely. Thank you, Ashley. Very sweet. All right, so we're going to have a look now at Tammy Houston. Leave your date of birth again, Tammy. Let's have a look at your date of birth again and have a look at your chart. There you go. I will have a look at Manuela as well, Nikki. Oops. Excellent. Tammy Houston. Good luck with the love factor, Starseed ambassador. I like it. Excellent. Tammy Houston, you're very welcome. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so pleased that you enjoyed that. Excellent. All right. So Tammy's next. So you're the 9th of July, 1979. Okay. I'm presuming that it is the 9th of July and not the other way around. All right, so Tammy, got a 7, 1, 2, 3. You got 2 7s actually. Wow, you've got an interesting chart, Tammy. All right. Okay, so guys, you can see here 3 isolated 9s. You're here to be of service, all right? So you are a very wise person, all right? Tammy, very, very wise. This is Tammy's, all right? And you're also very ambitious. You're very idealistic as well. So you look at the world through rose-colored spectacles. So there's an emphasis around you wanting to be of service on the planet, but there's a great deal of wisdom. Now, for you, you are another very sensitive person. So see how many people today have got the arrow of hypersensitivity, which is this, no numbers on the emotional plane. The 2, the 5, and the 8 are not there. So that means that you've got a weak soul protection, so you get easily hurt. You've also got the arrow of frustration. So these are 2 negative arrows on your birth chart, which means that your difficulties during childhood, difficulties within relationships, you've got 2 isolated 7s there. So that means that, the sacrifice in 2 areas of your life, whether that's love and health, or love and money, or money and health, there's 2 of those 3 things, love, health, and money, that you have to sacrifice. And actually you'll keep on having to learn the lesson until the penny has dropped and you can move beyond it. So they'll keep repeating themselves. So it's very challenging. It's very challenging, but actually this is all lessons for your soul that would mean that you can be of great service to other people, all right, who have been through similar things to you. So you've got an isolated 1 as well, which is like your ego masculine energy is isolated. So it's like difficulties communicating how you feel. So there is that challenge there. You're a day number 9, which is the healer, the wisdom, being a great psychiatrist or, counselor, or, that Mars fire energy. But you've got to make sure that you really speak up about how you feel at the time you feel it, instead of holding on to it and getting angry and frustrated. Good morning, Sarah. Sarah Clarice. Nice to meet you. I hope you're well. Very nice to join. Where are you from, Sarah? Whereabouts in the world? So Tammy says, yeah, it's been very challenging. Now you're a 9, 10, 19, 26, 26, 33, 42. So you're a ruling number 6. So, for you, when you're living positively, you're very creative. When you're living negatively, you can get quite anxious and worry. All right, because the opposite of creativity is destruction. But number 6 energy, which is your ruling number, carries the most weight. So being creative at home, you love the home, the family are very important to you as well. And it's this beautiful pink Venus energy. All right, so it's this soft feminine power, this beautiful creative energy that you can harness. And of course, both of your day number and your ruling number are on the mind plane. So for you, you know, it's about stimulating. There's a stimulation around the mental plane. You're a thinking person, but you're a creative thinker, and you're wanting to be of service and help other people. But you have to learn to love yourself unconditionally. So you love balance and harmony in relationships. So romance is important, and all of those beautiful aspects of the pink energy. So you're in Belgium, but you're living in Italy for now. Gorgeous, beautiful. I love Italy. I went to a wedding there, my best friend's wedding a few years ago now. So Tanvi says, what's this about weak soul protection? I think it's the 3rd time I've heard that here, including in my reading. Definitely need to buy a black tourmaline now. So don't let it get you paranoid. What a weak soul protection means is that it's just like you get easily hurt. All right. So if somebody says something to you like, oh, you know, you're looking a bit tired today, or, oh God, what are you saying that for? You know, those sorts of comments, and that will get to you. And it's almost like, so you avoid confrontation with people. So you don't really want to be around people that, you know, might be prone to saying things bluntly or whatever. So it's like just a, you know, it's almost like you need to, protect yourself. Just put yourself in your purple bubble. You don't necessarily need to go out and buy a black tourmaline. Yeah. So it's that's kind of what it means, Tanvi. So don't let it worry you too much. I mean, you know, the thing is, like, Tammy, you've got a challenging chart, definitely. Difficulties throughout, you know, the childhood and in relationships and this, but really your soul's growth is all about kind of tapping in and opening your heart instead of going the other way and isolating yourself. It's like opening up and being compassionate towards self-care and helping other people, because through that process you will find that there will be a lot of joy. Yeah. So Tavi says, I've always been very soft and easily hurt. Well, what would happen is, like, a lot of you guys that are in the Dreamtime healing room today, you're very empathic, sensitive starseeds. That's why you're here. You know, so if you're here, it's because you feel things very intensely. And of course, a lot of the work that we have to do is learn to love ourselves first, and then we can go out into the world and be the best versions of ourselves and actually inspire other people. There you go. So Tammy says, oh, I've learned to handle such people lately. Thanks for clarifying. Great. I'm really pleased that's made sense. Now I'm going to look at yours now, Nikki Manuela. Give me Manuela's date of birth again. I'll go for a bit longer today since we've got a few people in the Dreamtime healing room. But remember what I said earlier on, these are just little insights based around your date of birth. Okay. So if you want a full chart, a Starseed numerology chart, which goes into your living name, arrows of individuality and everything else, then you do need to order your chart. Now, remember, they are still on special until the end of tomorrow for only 49 Australian dollars. So just send me an email with your time, date of birth and place of birth, and I will prepare that report for you over the next 3 to 5 business days, because they are handcrafted, not computer generated. All right. There you go. Sarah says, love this pink. Always do. Thanks a lot, Hayden. Does it mean that I need to have this pink note with me? Well, you know, the interesting thing is, Sarah, pink is a very good color for all of us to have around us. You know, it really is, because pink is very much about opening the heart, and it also helps us to generate more self-love and self-awareness. Excellent, Tammy. Genuinely pleased. All right. Thank you so much. Bless you. You're amazing as well. Thank you very, very much. Okay. So Nikki, hers is the 7th of the 10th, 1991. Okay. So this is Manuel. Well, that's like a Mediterranean name, isn't it? Manuel or Manuela. Now, this is so interesting. Look, guys, your charts are almost identical. Oh, the pink bottle. Yeah, it's called Venus. Okay, so this is Venus, this one, pink bottle. And actually what we do is we bathe in them, Sarah. So you pour them in your bath, and they go into your cellular memory, and they help you with self-love and self-acceptance. They help you to clear trauma or anger from the cells, etc., etc. So they really work vibrationally on anything that needs rebalancing. So they basically support your body whilst your soul takes you where it wants to take you. All right. So they're very, very supportive like that. So Manuel, again, can you see the likeness in this chart to the one that we did before? Again, there's the arrow of hypersensitivity, there's the arrow of frustration, there's the isolated nines, the isolated seven, the isolated ones. It's very, very similar. So, Manuela has got a very similar chart to yours, Tammy. So this is where get easily hurt, weak soul protection, difficulties during childhood, difficulties within relationships, sacrificing one area of love, health, or money, 3 isolated ones, which means that they can this person prone to isolating themselves or becoming a bit of a hermit, difficulties with communication. This is to do with like wanting to be of service and helping other people, very ambitious and idealistic. This person also wants to teach, to help, to be able to heal, wants to investigate the deeper meaning behind life, because the 7 energy is connected to Neptune. Neptune is the Roman god of the sea. It's the spiritual teacher, needs to learn through their own experience. You can't tell them what to do. 9, 10, 19, 20, 21, 28, it's a 10. So she's a ruling number 10. So she's very adaptable. She's a leader, all right, but she doesn't really want to let people know what's going on for her emotionally. So a lot of her relationships will remain quite superficial. She's got a very soft feminine power that can never be abused. She's very adaptable, so you can put her into any environment situation, and she'd do quite well within the working environment. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. We are shipping all over the world. The only places we can't ship to at the moment are Mexico. We can't ship to Mexico, and we can't ship to, there was somewhere else yesterday anyway that came up. But yeah, we ship globally. So Australia Post is brilliant, and it just gets things out in the post really, really easily. So if you want to order, remember, we're putting in our next order with color mirrors in headquarters on the 31st of July. So if you want to get your bottle quickly, if you want to get your bottle quickly, then you just need to let us know today, which bottles that you want. All right, and we can make sure that they become part of the order. And then door to door, it'll be like 2 weeks or something, like 2 or 3 weeks maximum. Whereas if you wait until like the 1st, then it's going to be another month before we order again, because we only order at the end of every month, and we have to order in batches of 100 bottles. So it's just the way it works. Okay, yeah. So she's closed. She's had bronchitis and asthma. And connect. It is Nikki. That's exactly what it is. So she's very much isolated herself away. She's having to do things her own way. She's having to do the hard yards. I feel a bit sorry for her. I feel like she is a bit of a hermit. And of course, she's kind of like moved away to integrate the lessons for her heart to heal, because she's sad. She's holding sadness. I feel like she's been hurt in the past, maybe through a relationship or through a loss of some sort. And yeah, she's kind of like, she's really struggling. There you go. Manu in Hindu Sanskrit means man. Ah, there you go. Very interesting, says Tammy. Joanne says, please don't forget me. I won't forget you, Joanne. Sarah Clarice, love to order the bottle. Yeah, just email me, and then I can work out the postage for you. And then I'll send you a link to pay via PayPal me. Nice and easy. Lovely and skimple. As well as the reports of Sarah. Brilliant. Where do I find the bottles, Hayden? So the bottles, do you want me to pop a little link? Oh. And I'll just pop a little link to my shop in there for you. So just bear with me a second. There we go. There we go. I'm just popping that in there for you now. Okay. So if anyone wants to order a bottle, then that is where you have to go. All right, so that's my online store. It's got all of the different color combinations with all the meanings of the bottles as well. But the best way to do it is just to intuitively choose the bottle combinations which align with you most. Now, they are a bit of an investment because obviously they work. So they're not like a really cheap product that's naff and horrible. And, these are vibrational remedies that have been created by a color alchemist. and they're infused with light frequencies, crystal frequencies, Ho'oponopono. It's based around the experiments with Dr. Masaru Emoto, who channeled loving intention into different liquids like water, changes the crystalline structure. And once that goes into your vibrational body and your energy and your physical body, it clears and transmutes the patterns that are caught within the cellular memory. Hence, it supports your body whilst your soul takes you where it wants you to go. Yeah. There you go. And the email, so you can see, because I put it in the comments, but just in case you've missed my email, there's my email address. All right, hayden@haydencrawford.com. All right, and the bottles are 60 Australian dollars plus your postage and packing. So if it's going to the United States, it roughly works out around about 29 Australian. So, you know, you've got to remember that 29 Australian plus your 60 is about 89. So it works out around, it's about 60 American US dollars for a bottle. So if you're wanting to order one, you might as well order 2 or 3 colors that resonate with you the most, and then you get them. You know, it's more beneficial because of the postage, etc., etc. So dead easy, nice and easy. All right. So Kathleen says, "Have to go to sleep here. It's 3:26 a.m. in Belfast, Northern Ireland." Wow, you have a lovely, pleasant sleep, Kathleen, and thanks for popping in and enjoying today's live with us, and hopefully see you next time as well. Brilliant. All right, so we're going to have a look now at who did we say? We want to do Joanne. Joanne, do you want to give me your date of birth again, please? Yeah, Bonnie. So it's always recommended, right? So when I ever bathe in the colour mirrors, I pour the whole bottle in the bath, okay, because it gives you the best opportunity to be able to utilize the vibration. However, you know, a lot of the other colour mirrors teachers and practitioners advise that you use a bottle over a 3-week period, because obviously, you know, it's not a cheap product, is it? So, you know, it can be a lot more cost effective to do it that way. And it'll still have the same results. And working with a bottle over a 3-week period, you know, can have a slower transformation as well. So you've got to trust your intuition with this, and you've got to use it. It's a non-self-diagnosis. Sorry, it's a non-diagnosis system. So I can't tell you what you need. Your soul understands the language of light. You've got to trust your intuition to select the right bottle or bottles for you. Okay, so I never tell you what you need or how to use them, but all we can do is make suggestions. Okay. Yeah, one bottle is enough for several. Yeah, you can use one bottle over a 3-week period if you decide to do it that way. So just trust what comes up for you. Remember, this is a self-empowerment system. It's definitely a self-empowerment system. Joanne, are you still there, lovely? Joanne, what's your date of birth? I'll do yours next. Okay, I'll see if I can find your date of birth by scrolling. Joanne. God, it's been a long old session today, hasn't it? Can't find it, Joanne. I know, they are really awesome. They're amazing. I've like the best bottle that I bathed in for me was when we did the Midas bottle. We did it over the equinox, and we did it as a collective global bathing session. So colour mirrors now are in Australia, they're in Canada, the US. They are in England, in Europe. And what we did is a collective of around about 200 practitioners and clients all bathed in the Midas bottle, which was a limited edition one, which is gold over violet. And that one clears away all of the grief associated with past lifetimes to enable that to be stripped away from the cellular memory, so to attract in more prosperity and abundance. It's called Midas because everything you touch turns to gold. So it really was an activator over the equinox. We did it to be able to release that. So I was crying my eyes out in the bath. It released a lot of this, and I ended up feeling very tired afterwards as well. So they can actually affect you in very, very different ways, both in mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or even physically as well. There you go. So Brock says, yeah, using them over a 3-week period would also help with integration. Sometimes a person needs time to integrate without feeling overwhelmed. It's a beautiful point. I love that, Brock. Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very good. Yeah, it's a good statement to make. So I don't know whether Joanne's still here. Brock, leave me yours. I'll have a look at yours until we hear from Joanne. What's your date of birth, Brock? And I'll do your chart for you now. It is really powerful. I mean, it really is very, very powerful depending on what you need. Like, say, for example, you might need red energy for physical energy and, for physical pain. The red bottles are amazing for that. Okay, Brock, you're the 24th of the 8th, 1968. All right, Brock, this is one's for you. So you got the 2 8s. 2 8s, a 9, 2 1s, a 2, 4. I think I've got all of the numbers there. 2 8s, a 9, a 6. Oh, 6 there. All right, so this is the way yours looks, Brock. Yeah, it is, but also violet is the violet ray is Saint Germain. You're absolutely correct. Well done, Sarah. But also, violet is connected to grief in color therapy. So it's connected. It's the old spirituality color. So it carries all of that old Catholic guilt and grief. So it's think about violet. It's a very high vibration color. So it's on a higher. It's a higher frequency. It's not like a slow wavelength and frequency like red. So violet works on kind of connecting us to spirit as well. So it's the color of the crown as well. So it helps us connect up to oneness, but it works on deep existential grief and all of that sort of energy as well. Yeah, and Archangel Zadkiel as well. Absolutely. So Brock, now you've got what's called the arrow of the Enquirer, which means that you can be a bit skeptical of new concepts until you get your own proof. All right. So it'd be like, again, as we said, if you hear of something that's non-scientific, it might be sort of a woo-woo kind of subject. You might be like, oh, I don't believe that. What a load of BS, but then you get your proof and then it's like, yay, I believe this now. I'm an avid convert. And then you start telling everybody about it. You're very independent as well, Brock. You like to be in control. You've got these 2 8s. So you're a very nurturing person as well and very loving, and you love the home and family. You're very creative. And I feel like for you, when you're living positively, you can express that through your hands, that creativity at home through your hands. But when living negatively, you can be prone to worry and anxiety. You have beautiful, balanced expression, verbal self-expression. Even though you don't know how you feel, you are a good listener as well as being a good talker. Sometimes I feel like you react to emotional situations instead of responding to them, but your intuition is balanced and harmonious, so you can trust you've got very good first gut instincts, and that's because your 2 energy is nice and balanced. You've got your day number 6 with that, which is that beautiful Venus energy, Brock, that pink love. You love balance and harmony in relationships. You love relationships and partnerships as well. You're a 9, 10, 19, 18, 19, 24, 24, 32, 36, 38, 9, 10, 11. So you're a ruling number 11. So you're a loving spiritual person, actually, Brock. It's beautiful. Your energy there is like, you have to work on your shadows though. And so it's learning to shine the love and illuminate the shadows, the shadow aspects of the self, which is usually connected with grief. Grief is held within the conscious mind. So guilt. And guilt is the biggest misconception of all, because guilt is based on a presumption that we've done something wrong that sits outside of the divine plan. And actually, when that's not true at all, because everything's already perfect, it's kind of perfectly imperfect. So, it's shining the light into the shadows, the last look of issues of duality, and actually helping and loving as well. So you're here as a guide to help guide, humanity forward into the golden age of Aquarius in a very real way. Remember, you've got to take action to make that take place, because a lot of the ruling 11s tend to lead quite normal humdrum lives because they don't take action on their spiritual urges. All right. So it's very important that you look at that. Yeah. So a deep royal purple is, that's like your deep violet. So that it is a very regal color, but if you see that color together with gold, it represents a high initiation in ancient Egypt. But the violet ray or the violet color vibration, is often connected to the Catholic Church and things like that, so it's kind of like that old school spirituality, and sometimes even the mystery schools as well. Yeah. So you're a 4, you're in a 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 17, you're in a 9 this year. So Brock, it's not the right time for you to make any major decisions this year. Wait until next year to change. You might be moving house, changing jobs, or changing relationships next year. But hold off making any major decisions this year because you're at the end of a 9-year cycle. Fresh new energy comes in for you next year, and you'll start feeling the impact of that around about August. So actually, from your birth date next month, 3 or 4 weeks time, you might start feeling the influence of change coming in. All right, that's when it starts to take place. Yeah, silver and purple can sometimes be indicative of deep grief that could lead to sort of moving into the spirit world. So if we look at yellow as the complementary color to grief as well, which is sometimes it's about fear and shock. Fear really that can lead to a transition into a different realm, or feeling so down and depressed, confused, that you want to leave this planet. So it's deep existential grief when it comes up with silver. Yeah. So Sarah, do you want to leave yours now? I'll have a look at yours. Joanne, are you still there, lovely? Joanne Delangen, or have you gone? Maybe you've fallen asleep. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I can have a look at yours as well, Sarah, for you. So Body says, I'm not drawn to gold as much. So silver, yeah. So it actually is quite supportive, that bottle, with sadness and depression and grief. So it'll actually help you to connect up to the spiritual world, or and to be able to receive messages from those that have crossed over, or even your angels and guides as well. So it's quite a high vibration. Sarah, go on and leave us your date of birth, lovely, and I'll have a look at yours next. Sarah. Are you there, Sarah? Right, what's your date of birth, Sarah? And I'll have a look at yours. So I've done Brock's, I've done Bonnie's, Kathleen's, Ashley's. We've looked at just Joanna. I don't think we covered off today. We looked at Tamvi. We've looked at Nikki, Manuela, Sita. We've done lots and lots and lots of readings and insights today. If Rustdag, what does that mean? Rustdag. All right, look, I think what we might do is, Sarah, I'll give you a couple of moments to put your date of birth in there. If you don't, then what we'll do is we can always do it next time. Remember, I'm back tomorrow as well between 9 and 10 o'clock Western Standard Time. There she is. She's here. Joanne Delegan. I am back tomorrow, and the ones that I've missed out today, I can always do tomorrow. Remember, that's Western Standard Time, okay? So you're the 1st of the 12th, 1965. All right, the 1st of the 12th, 1965. 1, 2, 3, 2, 9, 6, 5. All right, so this is Joanne. Okay, Joanne. Tanvi, going to meditate a bit now. We'll send a lot of positive vibes your way, Hayden, even the golden ones, and we'll set an alarm for tomorrow's live. Have a wonderful day, everyone. You have a wonderful day as well. Enjoy your day, Tanvi. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been awesome. All right, so Joanne, you're a very determined person. You've got a positive arrow in your charts called the arrow of determination. So you're very persistent when it's about setting goals and dreams for yourself. You'll see those through to finality. You're like a dog with a bone. You actually know how you feel. You're a great communicator. You're very intuitive. You've got a beautiful home and family, and very creative as well. You're a leader. You are somebody who likes to lead. You're a 9, 10, 9, 10, 16, 21, 23, 24, 25. You're actually a 7, a 25, 7. So trust and fear of betrayal comes up for you, but also this 7 energy is the spiritual teacher, but you have to lead your life by your own example. So no one can tell you how to live your life. You're very interested in the deeper meaning behind life. So you like to investigate that. And actually, so you're interested in miracles, magic, illusions, and faith. This turquoise energy is about trust. So trusting is a very important part of your life purpose and path. You could do with a bit of grounding within a bit more organization within your life and a bit more independence. And I feel that you could stimulate your mind and your memory as well through extra learning. You're 9, 10, 21, 23, 24, 25. You've got the 7 energy. So you're 7 and your 1 energy. So actually that's your 1 energy is this one here in the color mirror system. This is your sun. This is your day number. And then your 7 energy, which is your Neptune here, which is this one. All right. So Neptune and the sun, it's yellow and turquoise together. When you put those two together, it's like I fear trust. So there can be issues that come up there. All right. Yeah. 1965, another wood snake. There you go, Susan. It's funny, isn't it? There you go. Okay, so your iPhone translates in Belgium and talks Dutch. That's crazy. That's really strange, isn't it? So hopefully, did that make sense for you? So those two colors together, this is your leadership, but this is masculine ego energy. So you have to watch that a little bit because, you know, you want to be able to kind of lead without, you know, the ego getting in the way. So we need to learn to transcend the ego and transcend all of that fear and step into the positive aspects of the one, that masculine energy, which is joy. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. So in one sentence, the color mirrors are a vibrational remedies it's a numerology based color therapy system which helps you to understand your conscious and subconscious programs, patterns, beliefs, behaviors that may be stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. And when bathed in, they clear any issues from the cellular memory, and they support your body while your soul takes it to where your soul wants you to be. So it's very much a vibrational remedy that is infused with Ho'oponopono, crystal frequencies, light frequencies, and it just sets you into the new earth energies. Yeah, so you're no longer sort of living within the 3-dimensional constraints of life. You raise your vibration and align to the new earth matrix and exist on the planet. They're amazing. Excellent. I'm going to go for some sleep as well now. So I'm going to see you back here tomorrow. Sorry that I didn't get to you this time, Sarah. Come back tomorrow and I'll do yours then. Lots of love and light, everybody. It's been a good one. It's 45 I've been with you today. So bye for now. Have an amazing day. Bye.